Hey everyone, I'm Spencer Higgins, and this is how to set up your video system for camp. I'm gonna grab an HDMI cable and plug it into the HDMI output of my MacBook, and I'll take the other end and plug it into input 1 on my ATEM Mini Pro. Now, in order for the ATEM Mini Pro to work, it has to be plugged in. So I'm gonna grab the power adapter for my ATEM Mini Pro that has the screw-on connector and plug it into the back. And I'll plug the other end into my power source. So now I'm gonna grab another HDMI cable and plug it into the output of my ATEM Mini Pro. And I'll take the other end of my HDMI cable and plug it into an HDMI to SDI converter. It's good to note that you have both HDMI to SDI converters and SDI to HDMI converters. One converts an HDMI signal into SDI, and the other converts SDI into HDMI. And in order for this converter to work, I need power. So I'll grab a power adapter and plug it in, and then I'm gonna plug the other end into my power source. And to confirm I'm getting power, I will see a white light on the back. Now, next up, we're gonna grab our front of house snake and we're going to isolate our 3 SDI channels. We're gonna grab our black and our red cables and plug them both into the SDI out ports of our micro converter. Black is going to be projector 1 and red is going to be projector 2. We're going to work on our confidence monitor. So what we're going to grab is our USB-C to HDMI cable, and we're going to plug it into the USB-C port on our MacBook. Now we take the HDMI end of our cable and plug it into another HDMI to SDI converter. And of course, for this to work, we got to have power. So grab your power adapter for your converter, plug it in, and plug the other end into your converter. And once again, check to make sure you're getting power from the white light. Now we'll move to our front of house snake and grab our blue SDI cable, which is our confidence monitor. Plug it into the SDI out and follow me back to the stage. Now we need to get our projector all set up. So I'm gonna grab the lens for the projector and the projector power cable. On the projector lens, you're gonna notice a red dot. That dot should be facing up, and then you will put it into the projector, and then you'll give it a nice little turn to the right until it stops, and you're all set. Now around the back of the projector, we're gonna take our projector power cable and plug it in, and take the other end and plug it into our power source. I'm gonna grab the other end of my front of house snake and grab my black SDI cable, which is my projector feed, and I'll plug it into my SDI in port of my SDI to HDMI converter. Then I'll grab an HDMI cable and plug it into the other end, and plug the other end of that cable into HDMI 1 on the back of my projector. Now, inside of your emergency kit, you are gonna find a bag of SDI barrels. These are essentially going to extend your front of house snake. Now to get signal to my second projector, I'm gonna take the red SDI cable, which is our channel 2. I'm gonna put an SDI barrel on it, plug my second SDI cable that will extend it, and I'll run it to the other side of the stage. And now that we're at our second projector, we're gonna take the other end of the SDI cable and plug it straight in to SDI. Now with this, we have to set this projector to SDI and the first projector to HDMI. To do that, you'll grab your remote, press input, and it'll give you different input options. Click down until you get to SDI and hit OK. And you're all set. And lastly, we take our blue SDI cable, which is our confidence monitor feed, plug a barrel in, extend, then we'll run this over to where our confidence monitor is going to be. Now, your confidence monitor will not have an SDI input on it, so we need to convert it. So you'll come over to your video hardware Pelican case, open it up, and you'll grab an HDMI cable, a power supply, and an SDI to HDMI converter. Plug your power supply into your power source, plug the other end of your power into your converter, and confirm that it's getting power with the white light. Then we're gonna take our SDI extender and run it into our converter, and take our HDMI cable and plug it into the other end, and then take the other end of your HDMI cable and plug it into your confidence monitor. Now plug your confidence monitor into your power source. Everybody's confidence monitor is gonna be a little different. This one is probably one of the more difficult ones, which is great. You'll turn it on. If it comes up with a prompt to sign in, you can just grab your remote, hit the left arrow to your inputs, then go down and select the input you've plugged into. In this case, I plugged into HDMI 1. Now here's how to set up your IMAG rig. You're gonna take your single camera and slide it from the back forward until you hear a click. And then you can pull it back to kind of get it where you want it. Then you'll take this screw and tighten it to secure your camera. Now we need power for our camera. So we'll take our power adapter and plug this into our power source. And then you'll take this end of your power adapter and plug it into the back of your camera. Now you power on your camera. And now we will reach on top to pull our screen out and tilt it toward us so we can see what we're seeing. And now we have to plug this into our switcher. So we're gonna take an HDMI cable and plug it into our HDMI out port on our camera and plug the other end into input 2 on our ATEM switcher. Now to take the camera off of your stand, you'll press this release button in and slide your camera off. And that is how to set up your video system for camp. If you need help focusing in your projector, there is a link in the description for you to check out that video. And we also have a link for the video system wiring diagram for you to check out. Thank you, and have a great week.